Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Slovak Prime Minister meets Russian President as Ukraine refuses to extend Russian gas transit deal, which nears expiry. Syria's new leader says all weapons to come under state control, including those held by Kurdish-led forces, to announce defense military structures soon. Thousands protest in Serbia against government as anger mounts over railway station accident. New Zealand rejects Cook Islands passport plan, says ready to discuss independence. Russian President Vladimir Putin hosted Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico at the Kremlin on Sunday as a contract allowing for Russian gas to transit through Ukraine, though it nears its expiry date. Slovakia, heavily dependent on Russian gas, fears supply disruptions with the Ukraine transit contract expiring year-end. Ukraine has made it clear that it will not renew the transit contract, while Fico mentioned that Putin had confirmed Russia's readiness to continue to supply gas to the West and to Slovakia. Fico posted on social media that Sunday's meeting was in response to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky opposing any transit of gas through Ukraine to our territory. The two leaders also discussed the conflict in Ukraine just hours after Putin had warned of harsh reprisals against Kyiv over a drone attack. Syria's new leader, Ahmad al-Shara, said on Sunday that all weapons would come under state control and his administration would announce the new structure of the defense ministry and military within days. In a joint press conference with Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan in the Syrian capital Damascus, al-Shara said that weapons in the country, including those held by Kurdish-led forces, would come under state control. Shara said that after upcoming consultations with defense and military officials on a new structure for the military, armed factions will begin to announce their dissolution and enter the army.
Within days, the defense ministry will be announced and a committee of high-level military leaders will be formed to design a new structure for the new Syrian army. Following that, the factions will begin to announce their dissolution and integration gradually. We will not by any means allow for arms outside the control of the state. It is the top of our priorities to work on controlling arms in the country, and I think there is a wide agreement among the factions.
Meanwhile, Turkey's foreign minister said after talks with Shara that there was no room for Kurdish militants in Syria's future and that they must disband and that all sanctions on Damascus must be lifted for the country to rebuild. Fidan said Turkey was ready to support Syria in rebuilding efforts and said he hoped his visit would encourage more high-level contact from other countries.
There is no doubt about Syria's territorial integrity and unity, and there can never be any. In our talks today, we confirmed our mutual will on this issue. I would like to emphasize once again that there is no place for the Kurdish militants in Syria. This territorial organization is occupying the land of Syrian people and stealing its natural resources.
Tens of thousands of people gathered in central Belgrade on Sunday to protest against President Alexander Vučić and his ruling Serbian Progressive Party. The party was blamed for a railway station roof collapse last month that killed 15 people. The protesters switched on the lights of their mobile phones and stood in silence for 15 minutes to commemorate the victims. Opposition leaders and the public have taken to the streets repeatedly, blaming the accident on shoddy construction resulting from government corruption and nepotism. The ruling coalition denies those charges, and Vučić has said that those responsible must be held to account. President-elect Donald Trump threatened to reassert U.S. control over the Panama Canal, accusing Panama of charging excessive rates to use the Central American Passage, which allows ships to cross between the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. Speaking to a crowd of supporters in Arizona on Sunday, Trump also said that he would not let the canal fall into wrong hands, warning of potential Chinese influence on the passage. Trump's comments came hours after he leveled a similar threat against Panama in a post on Truth Social on Saturday night.
We will never, ever let it fall into the wrong hands, but it's falling into the wrong hands. It was not given for the benefit of others by a token of cooperation, but it was given to Panama and to the people of Panama, but it has provisions. You got to treat us fairly, and they haven't treated us fairly. If the principles, both moral and legal, of this magnanimous gesture of giving are not followed, then we will demand that the Panama Canal be returned to the United States of America in full, quickly, and without question.
Moments after Donald Trump doubled down on his plans to take back the Panama Canal, Panama's president said that the canal will remain under his country's control. In a video posted to social media, Jose Raul Molino rejected Trump's claims that the United States could retake the waterway. He also disputed Trump's complaints that U.S. vessels were being charged unfair and with exorbitant fee to travel through the canal.
The canal is not controlled directly or indirectly by China, the European Community, the United States, or any other power. As a Panamanian, I reject any statement that misrepresents this reality. The canal will continue to be in Panamanian hands as the patrimony of our nation and guaranteeing its use for the peaceful and uninterrupted transit of ships of all nations.
Para el tránsito pacífico.
Elon Musk, the world's richest person, emerged as a significant influencer, wielding considerable power alongside U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. Trump has, in fact, as co-head of a project to cut government costs, Musk helped lead opposition online to a government funding bill that would have included the Chinese investment restrictions. We get to more in this report.
Donald Trump will be sworn in as the US President on 20th of January 2025, marking the start of his second term and a remarkable political resurgence. One man has been by his side, cheering him and becoming Trump's star campaigner. That is Elon Musk, the tech billionaire and CEO of Tesla. Musk, who had previously described himself as half Democrat, half Republican, began hitting out at US President Joe Biden and his administration over their policies soon after he was elected. The relationship soured further in 2021 when Musk complained that his company Tesla wasn't invited to the White House's summit on the future of electric cars, despite it selling 74% of all EVs in US alone. Musk also criticized Biden's support to workers' unions and said he was unable to get a lot done. Before Donald Trump was voted to power in 2016, Musk slammed the Republican and said he was not the right guy for the job. But recently, Trump's relationship with Elon Musk is showing no signs of fraying, even after at times he appeared to eclipse the president-elect's influence, as he bullied House Republicans into paring down their bipartisan spending deal to avert a government shutdown with just hours to spare. The top Democrat on the House of Representatives Appropriations Committee has said Republicans in Congress were protecting Elon Musk's Chinese investments by scrapping provisions restricting U.S. investments. Representative Rosa DeLauro said in a letter that Musk, CEO of electric car maker Tesla, may have upended the government funding process to remove a provision that would regulate U.S. investments in China, given his extensive investments in China in key sectors. Musk posted a number of critical posts about DeLauro on X on Friday, including one that said she needs to be expelled from Congress. Earlier, Musk, in a post on X on Wednesday, said that any US lawmaker who votes for the proposed stopgap bill to fund the federal government deserves to be voted out. President-elect Donald Trump has named Elon Musk as co-head of a project to cut government costs. Musk helped lead opposition online to a government funding bill that would have included the Chinese investment restrictions. Dheeraj Das report for DD India.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump told supporters on Sunday that his billionaire ally Elon Musk was not taking the presidency, as he said his opponents are trying to suggest. Trump has tasked Musk, the world's richest person, with heading a budget-cutting task force, but he will hold no official position in Washington.
But I will order federal workers to get back to the office in person or be terminated from the job immediately. And we will create the new Department of Government Efficiency headed by Elon Musk. And no, he's not taking the presidency. I like having smart people. You know, they're on a new kick. Russia, 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 Ukraine, 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 all the different hoaxes. And the new one is, President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, no, that's not happening. But Elon's done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on? Right? Don't we want that? He's done a great job.
Trump would also nominate Mauricio Clavarron to serve as a special envoy to Latin America. He was fired from a previous position for allegedly having an affair with a subordinate. Trump said Clavarron would help address migration and drug smuggling issues. He was the first American to serve as the head of the bank. In that role, he had tried to wrest power away from Argentina and Brazil, which have dominated the agenda in the past, and provide more of a role for smaller countries. But he was fired in 2022 as head of the Inter-American Development Bank after an investigation found that he had an intimate relationship with a staffer. Investigators also found that Clavarron created a hostile environment at the bank. He denied having an affair. US President-elect Donald Trump continues to pick his loyalists for his new administration. New addition to the list is Katty Miller. She is a veteran of Trump's first administration who served as Deputy Press Secretary for the Department of Homeland Security and later as Press Secretary for former Vice President Mike Pence. Katty will be one of the first members of an advisory board to be led by billionaire allies Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy that aims to drastically slash government spending, federal regulations and the federal workforce. She is also the wife of Stephen Miller, Trump's incoming Deputy Chief of Staff and Homeland Security Advisor. Her appointment to the Department of Government Efficiency highlights her deep ties to Trump's inner circle and her experience navigating the complexities of Washington bureaucracy. Musk and Ramaswamy recently revealed plans to wipe out scores of federal regulations crafted by what they say is an anti-democratic, unaccountable bureaucracy, but are yet to announce the members of the team. In southern Brazil, a small plane carrying 10 people crashed into shops in the center of the tourist city of Gramado on Sunday, killing everyone on board. The aircraft owner and pilot died along with the other 9 passengers, all of whom were members of his family. In addition, 17 people on the ground were injured, with 12 still receiving hospital care, including 2 in critical condition. Manufactured in 1990, the twin-engine Piper took off from nearby Canela Airport and was heading to Jundiaí in Sao Paulo state under unfavorable weather conditions. The cause of the crash is being investigated by Aeronautical Accident Investigation and Prevention Center. Meanwhile, in another incident in Brazil, a bridge connecting 2 states in northern and northeastern regions collapsed on Sunday as vehicles were crossing, killing at least 1 person and spilling sulfuric acid after a truck carrying the acid plunged into River Tocantins. According to the fire department, 1 person has been confirmed dead and another was rescued alive. Preliminary estimates indicate at least 11 people were involved in the accident, with 2 trucks, a car and a motorcycle falling into the river, which is more than 164 feet deep. The United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia and several other Gulf countries have imposed an indefinite ban on granting visas to people from at least 30 different cities of Pakistan. The decision follows an alarming rise in the number of cases where Pakistani nationals have been caught begging or being involved in smuggling, drug trafficking, human trafficking and other criminal offences abroad. The Gulf countries and cities, especially Dubai and Abu Dhabi, remain the most preferred destinations for millions of Pakistani travellers and job seekers. However, following the ban and increasing visa rejections, the already dented image of the Pakistani passport, ranked 4th worst in the world for the 3rd consecutive year, will further suffer irreparable damage. New Zealand has turned down a proposal by the Cook Islands to establish its own passports and citizenship. A spokesperson for New Zealand's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Winston Peters, said that a separate passport, citizenship and membership of the United Nations are only available to fully independent and sovereign countries. The Cook Islands, a cluster of 15 islands with a population of 15,000, has been self-governing in free association with New Zealand for nearly 6 decades. While its elected government manages domestic and international affairs, its citizens also hold New Zealand citizenship. You're watching DD India Live. We're heading for a short break. But after the break, Madhya Pradesh recognized as one of go-to global destinations for 2025 by Wall Street Journal. Rohit Sharma's knee injury not serious, says Indian pace bowler Akashdeep ahead of 4th test against Australia. We'll also get you glimpses of Christmas festivities from Venice.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India Live. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi handed over 71,000 appointment letters to newly recruited individuals across various central government departments via video conferencing on Monday as part of the ongoing Rozgar Mela. The event aims to provide meaningful employment opportunities, empowering youth and encouraging their active role in nation building. The initiative underscores government's commitment to prioritizing employment generation. The Rozgar Mela is being conducted at 45 locations across the country. India's Madhya Pradesh has been recognized by the Wall Street Journal as one of the go-to global destinations for 2025. Now, this accolade highlights the state's rich heritage, unparalleled wildlife and exceptional natural beauty. Principal Secretary, Tourism and Culture Department expressed delight, saying this global recognition solidifies Madhya Pradesh's status as a world-class travel destination. With 14, including 3 permanent and 11 tentative UNESCO World Heritage Sites, 9 tiger reserves and vibrant cultural experiences, the state offers unique experiences for every traveller. Wall Street Journal's recognition specifically highlights renowned UNESCO World Heritage Site Khajuraho, Panna and Bandhavgarh, celebrated for their cultural significance, thrilling wildlife encounters and breathtaking landscapes. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will visit the holy city of Prag Raj to review preparations for the centuries-old spiritual gathering, Mahakumbh. The Chief Minister will also hold a review meeting with officials regarding the preparations of Mahakumbh, which will commence on January 13th. The spiritual festival of Mahakumbh is held once in every 12 years. As part of these preparations, safety and security of pilgrims are given much importance. Teams of NDRF, SDRF and police will coordinate the efforts. Uttar Pradesh will integrate artificial intelligence and advanced technologies to enhance security of millions of devotees expected to attend the Mahakumbh. Kisan Divas, or the National Farmers' Day, is celebrated on December 23rd every year. This day marks the birth anniversary of Bharat Ratna Chaudhry Charan Singh, a key leader who fought for the rights of the farmers. He played a major role in improving the lives of the farmers in India. We get to more in this report.
National Farmers' Day is celebrated on the 23rd of December to mark the birth anniversary of the 5th Prime Minister of India, Chaudhry Charan Singh. The day honours and appreciates farmers for their contributions to society and holds special significance. The strength and vitality of a nation's farmers, often referred to as Annadatas, is closely linked to the overall empowerment and prosperity of the country. The sincere efforts of the Government of India to uplift this crucial segment of society warrants commendation and recognition. India is the world's largest producer of milk, pulses and jute and ranks as the second largest producer of rice, wheat, sugarcane, groundnut, vegetables, fruit and cotton. It is also one of the leading producers of spices, fish, poultry, livestock and plantation crops. Commitment to live up to its name of Krishi Pradhan Desh. Farmers across the nation are experiencing a newfound sense of economic security and assurance, showing the government's farmer-centric focus. The budget set aside for agriculture increased 5 times, from 1.37 lakh crore rupees during 2007-14 to 7.27 lakh crore rupees during 2014 to 2025. Infrastructure near the farms is key to farmers' welfare. Since the inception of the Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, rupees 35,262 crores have been sanctioned for 48,352 projects. Major projects sanctioned under Agriculture Infrastructure Fund include 11,165 warehouses, 10,307 primary processing units, 10,948 custom hiring centers, 2,420 sorting and grading units, 1,486 cold store projects, 169 assaying units and around 11,857 other kinds of post-harvest management projects and a historic MSP increase. Initiatives and endeavors. The Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana has become the largest crop insurance scheme in the world in terms of farmer enrollments, as well as the third largest scheme in the world in terms of insurance premiums. The government has formulated the agriculture export policy in the country for the first time. This has led to agriculture exports reaching up to 4 lakh crore rupees, with scope for further advancement. The government is promoting cooperatives in agriculture. Therefore, a Ministry of Cooperation has been established for the first time in the country. To ensure faster growth of the sector, the government is promoting private and public investment in post-harvest activities including aggregation, modern storage, efficient supply chains. Till December 19, 2023, 23.58 crore soil health cards have been distributed to farmers. India's global dominance extends across agricultural commodities, making it the largest producer of milk, pulses and spices worldwide. Given opportunities and an appropriate policy setting, India's farmers have demonstrated their capability to meet the food demands of the rest of the world. Abhishek Mahajan's report for DD India.
India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar on Monday paid tributes to former Prime Minister Chaudhry Charan Singh on his birth anniversary at Kisan Ghat near Delhi. Union Minister of State and the grandson of Chaudhry Charan Singh, Jayant Chaudhry, was also present on the occasion. Calling farmers Annadata or provider of food and Vidhata or creator of India, Vice President Dhankar said that 2025 will mark the 25 years since the inception of Kisan Divas and the government needs to organize year-round activities to prioritize the welfare of farmers.
देश में 730 से ज्यादा कृषि विज्ञान केंद्र हैं। एक विज्ञान केंद्र 5000 से ज्यादा किसानों को लाभ देता है। आज मैं मानकर चलता हूं कि हर कृषि विज्ञान केंद्र में किसानों का जमावड़ा होगा। उनको जरूर आमंत्रित किया होगा, उनको जागरूक किया होगा, क्योंकि आज हम ऐसे समय दुनिया में रह रहे हैं जहां भारतवर्ष के लिए, जहां दुनिया की 1/6 आबादी रहती है, 5000 साल से ज्यादा की सांस्कृतिक विरासत है।
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tribute to former Prime Minister and Bharat Ratna awardee Chaudhry Charan Singh on his birth anniversary, commemorating the legacy of his leadership and commitment to the nation. Prime Minister Modi highlighted Chaudhry Charan Singh's unparalleled dedication to the welfare of farmers and rural communities. Prime Minister Modi also acknowledged the late leader's tireless efforts in advocating for agricultural reforms and rural development, which continue to shape India's policies today. Indian pace bowler Akashdeep played down concerns over skipper Rohit Sharma's knee injury ahead of their fourth test against Australia starting on December 26th. The batsman was hit on his left knee during a practice session at the Melbourne Cricket Ground and looked in discomfort. The 37-year-old received care from a physiotherapist, and had an ice pack strapped to his leg. The 5-match series is logged at 1 each ahead of the Boxing Day clash. The Indian skipper has been struggling for form since returning to the team. Bringing holiday cheer to Venice's Grand Canal, where the traditional Santa Claus regatta returned to the Grand Canal on Sunday. The 12th regatta featured 25 boats with participants dressed as Santa Claus and boats decorated as sleighs. Venetians celebrated Christmas with this authentic tradition of Venetian rowing. India's public broadcaster, Prasar Bharati, has recently launched Waves, entering the field of OTT platform. Waves provides a complete infotainment ecosystem to digital media and OTT audience. If you also want great content for free, then download Waves today. With that reminder, we end this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.